What's up, y'all? I'm back. Bulls Fantasy Association. We're running behind, so we're running catch up. This might be the first of 3 videos today, so y'all stay tuned. You see the Bulls are taking on the Rockets. We are 10-0, and I promised if I started the season 10-0 that I would start messing with difficulty sliders and all of that, because you know I really don't like to be honest, I really don't like to jack it straight up to Hall of Fame. Because a lot of times on Hall of Fame, it makes players do things that they wouldn't normally be able to do just for the sake of making it hard. So I like to find it, like, you know, obviously not starting on the default one, but maybe 2 notches up is like where you can still get a realistic game. So that's close to, you know, about where we are now when I mess with the sliders to make the defense even better for the computer. And there you see Blake Griffin down low, but it's not really doing much for the Houston Rockets starting off here now. 17-4. Paul Pierce from the free throw line. Drainage. 19-4 on the road in the first game with things amped up. 19-6 at this point, but here come the Rockets on the fast break. Batum with the pass out to Randy Foye with the basic one-hand slam. Randy Foye throws it down. They got Randy Foye. He kind of like a little tortoise on this game. I don't know what's good with that. Outside, Maurice Evans missed a shot. Ersin Ilyasova. Now, Ilyasova gave us a problem in this game. He really did. 26-17 at the end of the first quarter. Shot missed. Rebound. Blake Griffin lays it up. They didn't count it. Y'all gonna have to take a look at that. Get over there by the thing. Look, I think that's off his fingertips. I don't know. It was close. I don't know what you gonna say. They say count it. Give it to us. We leading 28-17 at the end of 1. In the second quarter, up by 9, Gerald Green from 3. I'm gonna tell you, the thing about Gerald Green is, yes, you know, I think he's like rated like on the default rosters, he was rated like a 77 or something from 3-point range. Banging, makes another one. But the thing, I think the reason why, one of the reasons why I shoot so well with him from 3 is his shooting motion is like super easy to master. And with the nasty slam, Maurice Evans on Blake. So I think that's one of the main reasons. Inbound pass to Mike Conley, bangs the 3 home. We are up 10. Now you see they came back a little bit. They wouldn't really let us move away, but we are still bombing from 3. JJ Redick, and understand, I built this team around the inside play of Blake Griffin and then the 3-point shooting. So this is by design. This is why we have so many 3-point shooters. The rebound off of Zach Randolph's miss, pass to Blake for the one-hand slam. He throws it down with some authority. Y'all thought I had one out, didn't you? I know what you did. Batum with the pass on their break. Ersin Ilyasova, I told you, he had a pretty good game as they keep it within 10. At the end of the half, it's 51-42. So far, I mean, the game is not in doubt, but they are, you know, basically trying to stick close after starting slow. Terrible defense by the Rockets, but Michael Conley blows the bunny. Turns it to a fast break. Randy Foye to Batum for the slam, and it's a 5-point game. It's a 5-point game. 6-point game at this point, but Paul Pierce said, you know what? You can't handle the truth. Puts the 3 right between that guy's lips. Up by 8, 3-pointer from the baseline. G squared again. We're on a 13-5 run to give the Bulls an 11-point lead, but Ersin Ilyasova is just doing it. Step back 3. Goran Dragic with the 3 here. That cuts the lead to 6. Now look at this. Horrible pass, inbound pass, stolen by Kenyon Martin. He gives the ball up to Ilyasova again, and it's a 4-point game. They are scrapping. 6-point game at this point. Ilyasova working it. Easy pass to Kenyon Martin for the slam. Kenyon Martin always dunk like, you know, he really is getting excited every time he dunk. And he usually the only bucket he got at the game, but he does it. Michael Conley drives to the basket. Layup miss. Rebound Blake Griffin. Now, Griffin didn't have a good game against Portland, but he is, especially on the boards, he's doing it this game. Paul Pierce with the little fadeaway there. Up by 9 again. Up by 7. Pierce inbounds from 3. No good. Another rebound for Blake slamming. Blake was all over these boards like a wild man. I'm trying to tell you, he was all over the glass in this game, making up for, I think he had 2 rebounds in the last game against Portland. Pump fake. Look at Blake. Tried to windmill at home and went through a little unclean. See, that was unclean. That was like an uncircumcised slam. That was very undone. You have to wrap that up. You don't want to do that. 6-point lead. The pass to Abo Cephalosha for a slam from Mike Conley. And the Bulls we in control, but, you know, it's still a close game. Up by 5. Less than a minute left. Off the pick. Gerald Green shows he can do more than shoot the 3. Goes to the basket. Left-hand layup. That's a 7-point lead, and we handled this game. They kind of made it a little tight. Blake Griffin is the player of the game. Look at those rebounds. 27 points, 16 boards. That's how you ball out. That's what we wanted from him. You see 22 from Pierce, 15 from Conley. They had very balanced scoring. Nobody really stepped up and killed. Like, you know, Ilyasova hit a lot of unexpected buckets because I really wasn't expecting him to go like that. But they were led in scoring with only 14 points. Now, you see, the Nets have lost their mind. They come to me with Tony Allen and Ronnie Brewer for Gerald Green and Miles Plumlee. Have you been watching what Gerald Green been doing? Of course you have. That's why you want him. You're crazy. All right, check this out. The next game, this is a bitter one for me because we playing the Bucks, but you see who their star is, right? Derrick Rose. Of course, I know this is the Fantasy Association, but you know that's my favorite player, and love to have him on this team, but we couldn't do it. Had to go with Conley instead. That's what it is, all right? So we are at Milwaukee, and they are 5-5, and I'm going to tell you right now, this was an amazing game. One of the best games I played against the computer on 2K. Paul Pierce with the fadeaway made it 2-2 here in the first quarter, but here is Rose fading to his left, shooting back right. Puts the Bucks up 4-2, but Vince Carter acted a complete fool out here. I'm trying to tell you he did. 9-7 on the 3, driving in the lane. That's Derrick Rose again. The Bucks up 11-7, up 15-9 at this point. Blake Griffin loses the ball into the basket, turns into a fast break opportunity, and there is Carter laying it again, 17-9 Bucks. 17-11, but Mike Conley said, you know what, I don't care nothing about you being a point guard of the real life in Chicago. I'm out here today. He gets the steal, gets the easy opportunity for Blake Griffin, cuts the lead to 4, 17-13, but no sooner than that, Derrick Rose sets up Anthony Randolph for the alley-oop, and all of a sudden, the Bulls are down by 10 in the first quarter, but Gerald Green, the 6-man extraordinaire, hits the 3, but then still down by 11. Green again from 3. Down by 8 at this point with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 30-21 at the end of the first. Bulls with the ball this time, and this was a really big problem for us. Turnovers. The steal leads to a dunk by Thaddeus Young. Bucks up by 11. Tyson Chandler with the ball, and watch this. The pass to Blake Griffin. Oh my God! Somebody call his pastor. Call his pastor. Call somebody. Jesus, he got slammed. James Johnson was just completely disenrobed. Somebody took his pants and shoes and hit him. The slam by Blake Griffin was the filthiest thing ever. It should have been rated NC-17. But it turns right into a run at the end of the first half. Derrick Rose pulls up top of the key, nails the jump shot. Up by 14 there, up by 11 at the half. The dunk by Blake Griffin really brought it down, but they went on a run right after that. And in the second half, Vince Carter is acting a complete fool. They're up 10, but we go down to Paul Pierce trying to get it done in the paint there, using his body, cuts the lead down. There's a 9-point game. Look at Conley with the steal in the passing lanes. We had to go to zone on him, sets up the alley-oop to G squared. Hang around, bang around. Two-hand throw down on the alley-oop, and that cuts the lead down. It's a 7-point game. Michael Conley got a mismatch with Rip Hamilton, and Rip Hamilton's very old and very brittle in the legs, and he can't guard Mike Conley. It's a 5-point game, but Conley turns around, gets the turnover. Derrick Rose with a bust out, and he's going to slam it 2 hands. Now, y'all know normally I don't look at replays of the other team this long, but this was Derrick Rose, and we're going to make an exception. 2-hand slam. It's a 7-point game. Blake Griffin working down low. The double team comes. Gerald Green. You don't have to like it. You just have to respect it. 3-pointer from deep. Bulls only down 6 going into the fourth quarter. What can we do? Here we go with a chance to cut the lead down to 3. Blake Griffin nails the little 15-foot jump shot. Free throw here by Mike Conley cuts the lead to 1 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the game. But what did I tell you? Vince Carter, fool, complete fool. Another 3 for Vince Carter. Bulls are down by 4 points. It's tight down the stretch. Michael Conley sets up Blake Griffin, 2-hand slam. That's good. That cuts the lead back down to 2. Blake has had 2 straight very, very good games. 2-point game again, another steal. This turns into Vince Carter channeling Vinsanity from Toronto days. 2-hand slam on Gerald Griffin. He said, "Who's the best dunker of all time? Not you." 2-point game. Look at Pierce tying the game up again on the block. Whoever Rip Hamilton guards is just having a bonanza on him. A bonanza. Game is tied, but look at, oh, is that what it is? Is it really about that D Rose and Anthony Randolph? Alley-oop, double pump reverse. Oh my, in a close game at that. But Pierce still working down low, getting the old man buckets. The Bulls take their first lead since early in the first half, 77-75. Look at this drive by D Rose, though we picked him up way too late. Ties the game right back up. He's talking to the crowd and everything. Look at this play, though. Tyson Chandler goes into the basket. No good, but Blake with the follow. Blake looking around at people. Tie game at that point. Bulls down by 2. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Paul Pierce. We going to Pierce. He's the man. Down low. Trying to get Carter to fall for the flakes. He's staying on his feet. No good. Shot no good. And that was it. The last chance for the Bulls to get it done, and it doesn't get done. Derrick Rose and the Bucks do it to the Fantasy Association Bulls. And this is our first loss of the season. And yeah, Derrick Rose was big. He was big time. I mean, really the turnovers were the biggest problem, but you know, we can't deny Derrick Rose had a great game. 18 points, 10 assists, a rebound, and a steal. And yeah, them turnovers is just terrible. Blake was good though. Blake was very good. You see, Blake had 23, Pierce with 22, Mike Conley had 12, only 15 bench points. So you see, Gerald Green had a decent game, but not what we're normally used to. Vince Carter had 24 to lead the Bucks. But you see, Gerald Green had 13 points. He only had 2 more points off the bench besides him. But you see Griffin with another double-double, 23 and 12. Look at the stats, though. I normally don't show you this, but take a look at this. Once we went to a zone, we pretty much had them under control. We out-rebounded them, but those turnovers. Look at the turnovers. The turnovers were terrible. 15 turnovers to only 5 for the Bucks. It's hard to win when you're turning the ball over that much. That's it. So that's this episode of the Fantasy Association Bulls. Y'all like, subscribe, follow. Peace.